Hey friends, welcome back to whatever this is. I'm over encumbered because I talked them into giving me too much stuff. And there goes begin again, so okay. I think I'm going to enjoy that sarsaparilla they gave me. And then what? Should I just sit something down for a minute? I can come back down here, right? So I could probably just drop something. But first, why don't we look at this sonic emitter thing? EMP, bonus damage versus robots, power armor, and critical strike paralysis. So this is basically like a nicer version of the compliance regulator. I guess I didn't need to bring that. Maybe I'll put this in the compliance regulator's place. I mean, we basically have a home upstairs from here. So if I just drop, like, a doctor's bag, is that going to be enough? Okay, we can move around freely now. I'll just come back and get that. But before I do anything else, I want to talk to these guys. Okay, yeah, I'm going to need to sit some stuff down upstairs so that I can go through all of this better. There's the eyeball, like we saw on the screen, on the drive-in movie theater screen. Hello, are you...
Have you come
You're
for
Klein?
hello? Oh, I'll give you a hello. A hello unsurpassed in all creation.
Okay, so that one is Boros. I thought Boros and Klein were going to be the same one. There's 8. Okay. This one's going to be Dalla for sure. I know it. I just know it. Yes. And then you'd be... Oh. Hello. And then this one's Klein. Okay. I thought... Wrong.
I can hear your penis-tipped feet trotting
Please
around.
stop it. Please stop calling them that. You're making me so uncomfortable.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
Yes, I'm aware of what you have indicated. But you see, I'd be honored if I could hear any knowledge the think tank could share on the sciences. I mean, these things are kind of just insane. I don't really think they have any actual scientific value or knowledge beyond just whatever kind of insanity has been driven into them by the apocalypse. But we're going to start up here with, I'd be honored if I could hear any knowledge the think tank has to share about the sciences. Sure, why not?
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you.
Okay. You seem like the one in charge, and you are?
I am Dr. Klein, Chief Head Researcher of Logistical Operations and Ideology here at Big Mountain. I am surprised you have not heard of me. I am first in my field, first chair, as it were, back in the days of chairs.
Can you tell me about Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius was not the horrifying creature you saw upon the screen, twisted by science. He was once one of us. A friend. He researched in directions contrary to the think tank. Brains, 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 always about the brains. So we exiled him. He says he left of his own volition, but that was to save him the embarrassment. Now he sends his intelligence-consuming scorpions from the Forbidden Zone to plunder the secrets of Big Mountain. He is a menace.
Right. So, the mechanical robo-scorpions consume intelligence? Are you certain of your findings?
Dr. O is certain of his findings, and no one else in the think tank is willing to test the results. Loss of brainial power. Terrifying. O has said on many occasions his inability to comprehend Mobius's robo-schematics is because of repeated robo-scorpion stings.
I see. So why do I have the strange passive sensation here?
It's a side effect of the cerebral scrubbing. It won't stop you from excreting, or asking questions, apparently. Have to correct that next time. Hormonal aggressive tendencies are actively suppressed, however. They are a no-no and not permitted in the think tank. The scrubbing also ensures your silence to keep Big Mountain safe. This facility is top secret, and you cannot speak of it to anyone outside of Big Mountain. Should have done it with the last batch, and the anti-aggression scrub.
So why the anti-aggression programming? Did somebody try to kill you?
We had to take precautions after the last visitors. They caused a great deal of damage in a short time.
That's what I thought.
Should have made sure they couldn't mention Big Mountain once they left. An oversight.
So who were those visitors?
Dr. 8 and Dr. O could tell you more. Dr. O more than 8. The battle against the visitors damaged 8's voice module. Suffice to say, those visitors are unwelcome. They stole a great many secrets and much technology. Impertinent. They also broke one of my trains.
One of your trains? Like toy trains? Do you play with trains? What is this place, Dr. Klein?
This is the think tank. The nerve center of Big Mountain. The greatest research center known to man and to us. Here we test and test and test some more in the name of science. Atomic power, nuclear power, and scientific power.
I've heard this place called the Big Empty before.
Yes, because the intellectually challenged see an M and a T next to each other and take Occam's razor to it. While you are here, you will refer to this place properly, and you will do the same with the other scientists here.
So that's why it's called the Big Empty. It's not empty as in empty. It's empty as in M-T. Empty. Okay. That's kind of fun. I would like to know more about the Forbidden Zone, if you don't mind.
That glowing red scar? That laser lobotomy canyon maze carved in the landscape as if by some child? It is Mobius's fortress. From that hemorrhoidal fissure, he sends his amazing robo-scorpions to terrify and irritate us. He always tended to the dramatic.
Can you tell me more about the pylons?
Ask Boros. I believe he knows more about the fence than any brain. Except maybe Mobius. Mobius was involved in their construction, if I recall. But he's such a hack, he probably was reading off Boros' notes and schematics.
I have some more questions about the brain extraction that you all performed on me.
Well, we didn't actually do it. We tried to clean up after, as always, but usually the auto-dock runs on remote. But we programmed it, or Mobius did.
Mobius did?
Still, this new wrinkle with the Tesla coils in your skull was unexpected. I mean, we predicted we'd have a breakthrough eventually, but Dala knows more. She supervised your spine peel and the heart circumcision, then dumped them both into the tanks in the sink above. Quite sanitary. Sure took her time. She always takes longer than projected with lobotomite surgeries. Not sure why.
So you said before that Mobius might have my brain? It got flushed to him, like whoosh and all of that, right?
Yes. In all probable likelihoods, yes. Possibly. That it may have gone to Mobius is merely an inkling. I don't know why, but it may be something involving the surgery code. Actually, I don't know. All I know is it misplaced itself, or it floated off. They get into robots sometimes and go on a tear.
So is that what you are? You're a robot on a tear? Okay, well... what's this autodoc surgery code that you mentioned?
Mobius's legacy code was in the old auto-dock. Yes, it fried itself after your procedure, so he couldn't tell for sure. It is unfortunate. We would have benefited from knowing how the breakthrough occurred. Even if we installed another chip, the information is lost.
I see. So Mobius set up the autodoc on medical routines, and you think that he's responsible for the post-organ dump?
Yes, always leaves back doors into things. Have to keep finding them and closing them. The auto-dock is now erased of his routines. It was thorough. Only Mobius would know for sure what happened with the procedure. Perhaps. Well, and your brain, of course, it would know as well.
My brain would know?
It can communicate the procedure when we examine it. It is conceivable to trace its surgical scalpel prints once we have the brain. Might take some time, but your brain has no pain nerve to scream at us while we dissect it. Convenient. I detest screaming in my lab.
Why would Mobius want my brain?
Why does he seek our destruction? Why did he build robot scorpions with intelligence training stingers? It is because he hasn't cleaned his biogel in a long time. Clearly he's got some sort of psychological corrosion. He's mad.
Robo-scorpions drain intelligence from living creatures. How do they do that? With chems?
I'm not certain. Perhaps it only affects machines. If so, you may be immune.
That would be nice.
If it is chems, then we have nothing to fear. Since we are afraid, it must not be chems, and you need not fear, which means you can test it. Logical.
Logical. I think that's all for right now. Thank you, Dr. Klein.
Yes, a most goodbye.
A most goodbye to you, too. This is like some proper body horror stuff, like Tesla coils in your skull, your brain is like somewhere else, your spine is gone, your heart is gone. Like, this is really creepy. Let's talk to Dalla, because she's especially creepy, too.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
You are super duper creepy, Dalla. Let's see, the quick scrib jumped over the lazy paladin. Oh, scribe, excuse me, my Morrowind brain kicked in. The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue, like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's mouthal cavity.
Okay, I'm really not into this. I'm not into this. I'm thinking about failing that perception check just because it sounds funny. You seem to be looking at me a lot.
Your primitive eyes deceive you. No, there are no needs contained within my soft gel. Much like the soft gel of your eyes. No, nothing here.
Right. I wish I wasn't standing this close to you. This is like horrifically up close. So like, why is she so fascinated with me and my flesh? Didn't she used to be a human? I mean, she's a brain in a jar. I'm assuming she's one of the scientists that was on the board at Big Mountain before everything went south, and then they preserved their brains, and then they went crazy over time. Or whatever. Let's just start with, who are you and what do you do here?
Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dalla, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful. especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
What is formography exactly?
It's excessive examination of the human form to achieve psychological arousal.
Yikes.
Disgusting. I would never succumb to such base appetites. Distractions. Filthy, filthy distractions.
You are super creepy. So you have 211 doctorates? Like, how is that even possible?
Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well.
Sure you do.
Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
So you're the first head chief researcher. That's a lot of titles.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
I'm sometimes called a courier.
Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens.
So you met another courier. Is this the flag back person again?
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
For safety. So what was it?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
Why did you remove my brain and how?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The
Scary?
brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
So how am I still talking and walking around?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
Oh, thank goodness. I was actually concerned we would be stuck this way. I feel strange in here. Peaceful, but on edge. Like I'd like to punch you, but I can't.
It is the pacification field emitters that are broadcasting into the emptiness of your skull. Without a brain, your aggression is suppressed in here.
Is there a way to shut it off? Probably by getting my brain back, right?
Why would you want such a thing? You might surrender to your hormones and commit primal aggression on me, on us, again and again. Then I would have to return the favor, activating my vivisectors and gently lobotomizing you from behind. Not something I would relish doing. No, the only way to circumvent the field is to have a brain, and we extracted that like we do all the lobotomites here.
I'm gonna get my brain back. Okay. I have more questions, Dalla.
An interrogation? How fascinating. Please begin.
Can you tell me more about Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius. A monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory, and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
So you're gonna act like spying is such a horrible thing when you literally just sit and watch people? That's like your favorite thing to do, right? Is just watch people, but you don't want to be spied on? Okay. I do not understand how the tech Klein wants will help.
It'll all become clear. If not, at least we will have the technology here at the Dome, where all technology belongs. When we have all the technology, all the answers, we can share it with the world, piece by piece. All will be in order, and all will be like Big Mountain.
I don't really want everything to be like Big Mountain. I am starting to feel like maybe you're the bad guys. Can you tell me about the Big Big Mountain?
This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see. No matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you.
Previous test subjects?
Oh yes, we've had other subjects visit. It's why we had to calibrate the pacification field and warm up our brainial beams and vivisectors. Only a short time ago, we had 3-1 subjects arrive, and they ruined several experiments, and even injured 2 of our staff. It is a shame their brains left with them. With you, however, we have taken precautions to ensure that problem won't repeat itself. We've conditioned you so you can't speak of this place, discuss our secrets, or attempt to use force against us in any way. Isn't that nice?
It's nice until I find a way to go back to the way I was. Why did you say 3-1 subjects before? Why not just say 2?
Because 3-1 is 2. 2 spoke to us, one after the other. One mean, one curious. But there was a third we didn't speak to. The last one is the -1. It got traumatized, then taken to one of our medical centers for de-traumatization. A rather unsettling procedure.
What happened with the visitors?
Ask Dr. O. And you could have asked 8 once, until he was severely damaged in the attack. We like him better this way.
So you guys can still understand him, it's just me that has the problem, right? Okay. I have other questions.
Perhaps you are stuck in a looping gesture of verbal intercourse.
Yikes, please don't phrase it like that. I'm totally done with you.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
Okay, Dr. Dalla is basically exactly what I expected her to be. So how about Dr.
I don't
O?
understand how you can stand those leg things.
Hi, Dr. O.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in think tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
So you're Dr. O, right?
Oh? Oh, yes. I'm not going to bother correcting you. At least you got the doctor part correct. I can be grateful for that, at least. Stop the presses! Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco tech on your arm? It is! What's your agenda bringing that in here?
What, are you mad about the Pip-Boy?
How dare you bring Robco tech in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are?
Oh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years.
You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco.
Well, I mean, he was kind of right. His Securitrons have survived, and from my perspective, they've survived a whole lot better than you have, because you're insane now. So I don't think I'll have to worry about telling you what House and his robots have been up to since then.
Worry about House? Why would I do that? Hope he died alone in a dingy room, streaming his last remaining bodily fluids into jars. And him and his dirty girl bots. Don't even get me started on those filthy biological catcher's mitts.
Calm down, I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Fine. Ask.
I heard that you and 8 were attacked by the previous visitors.
I don't like to talk about it. 8, he can't talk about it. They fried his voice module. Something good. It wasn't all the visitors, though. Only one of them got out of control. He's the one that took control of Little Yangtze, our old human farm.
Tell me what happened.
This human, I can't believe it. He broke out of the think tank in seconds. Then he went for Yangtze, got bomb collars, and started practicing on the subjects that were still there until he got the right frequency.
What?
We were sending robots to stop him, and he was slicing and cutting through their shells with some souped-up laser gun like they were cheese paper. When he hacked into the mainframe, 8 tried to stop him and got fried. Me? He rerouted my processors to take control of the train network here. If you see the tunnels with the trains plowed into them, you can thank our visitor for that. He wrecked the whole place. While we were trying to keep containment on the surface, turns out he used one train to punch out a tunnel and escape. Sealed now.
So was that Elijah? Who are the others?
2 other human specimens. One arrived not long after the troublemaker, and the last one, not sure when he showed up. Thought the first one was going to be lobotomized in Y-17. She got out somehow.
Christine?
The last subject, Klein might know more. He talked to him, and let him leave the think tank. Hope he knew what he was doing.
Why is that?
Klein knows things we don't. And I think he told some of those things to the last visitor. Dangerous things if they ever got out.
Well, why would he do that? What do you do here, by the way, Dr. O?
All things robotical. You see a robot? I made it. See a broken robot? I made it that way. Deconstructed it down to parts. I have a gift with machines. I can render anything inoperable. Preserve them in a non-functioning state.
I mean, I'm good at breaking things, too. That doesn't sound very impressive. Breaking machines, that is.
Who asked you? You just wait until a working machine threatens you, and you'll wish I was around.
Do you have another name?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always O. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept the mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple.
Are you sure? I'm a really good listener. I've got ears for it.
Great. Psychology. Clearly the worst of the sciences, right after colostodiuretics. Okay, so my name isn't O. Never was. It was circular, a single character, digit, but not O. But even with enhanced sensors, no one here could get it right. Always kept seeing the letter, not the number.
I see. So, if they kept confusing the letter with the number, then your name is Dr. Zero.
Yes, thank you. 0. I am 0. How hard is that? A narrow, thin 0.
I don't know. O sounds much more impressive. Should I really say that, though? I don't think he would like it. It's not much of an improvement. Okay, do you want me to call you Zero? Let's offer to call him by what he wants.
Zero's my name. I'm proud of it, all right? It doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Truth be told, my emotional attachment to it doesn't even register compared to just having people recognize the difference. It's just that they're both sort of round and hollow, so when they monitor scan them, they assume that, oh, it's O. Vivisect me, please.
Well, 0 and O do look a lot alike. There's no way to tell the difference. Oh man, we just needed one more intelligence. If only I had taken some chems before starting this conversation with him. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe I can still impress him with this intelligence check.
Fine. Ask.
Hang on.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Okay, what have I got? What have I got for intelligence? Mentats do charisma and intelligence. Okay, here we go. 10 intelligence time.
Predictable. The lobotomite specimen returns. Its purpose? Repetition. Chances of success? High.
I want to talk to you about your name.
What about it? I don't feel like arguing it with you, too.
If you wanted to differentiate the 0 and the O, just put a slash through the 0.
What?
Yeah, 0. You just draw like a slash through it. It's a standard Termalink code to distinguish the two.
Did I shoot myself with a brainial beam or something? That's brilliant. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion. Eventually.
Yeah?
Oh, who am I deceiving? I never would have figured that out. I can't figure anything out. I'm useless.
At least this one is honest. And that's what makes you truly a 0. So is that what you want to be?
Exactly. At least the old name was indisputable. O is more like surprise. Oh, look what I stepped in.
Well, there's power in 0. It reduces anything multiplied against it to 0.
Well, of course it does. That's the most lethal of mathematics. That's pretty cool, actually. Destroyer of numbers. I already wreck every robot I study. Why not basic arithmetic?
Oh, dude.
I like your solution. With that kind of slash in the middle, I can set myself apart. If I wanted to. They make a 0 in all the think tank. They won't be able to escape it. That diagonal slash right down the middle. Thanks. Talking to you, it really helped unclog some frustration. Talking. What a primitive form of thought kicking.
So, 0, do you have any amazing discoveries to share with me?
You know, hearing my name said like that, it really de-reses my screens. As for discoveries, well, of course. Look at this. Just, built it. Amazing, isn't it?
Scrap electronics and scrap metal. Yeah, that's really interesting. Whatever it used to be.
You know what? I'm not even gonna pretend. I broke one of the monitors, and those innards start falling out everywhere. If you could just hold on to that for me until, well, forever, that would be welcome.
Sure, no problem. Can you please tell me about Mobius and the monsters of his?
That genius Mobius somehow cobbled together these really impressive-looking robot scorpions with spare parts. Even painted them. Tried to see what makes them tick. Can't even examine them without them detonating all over me. Left with shrapnel and burns. Every time. Supposedly, he has even larger models, even a giant robot scorpion hidden deep within the Forbidden Zone.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. Giant monsters, sure.
I mean, I would believe it at this point. Like, why wouldn't I believe it? I'm talking to whatever this is.
Yeah, crazy, right? Something right out of a midnight science fiction feature. Ridiculous. What are the odds?
Can you please tell me more about this facility, Dr. Zero?
Big Mountain used to be a mountain. Then there was a slight mishap. Now it's a crater. The dome used to be buried, now it's exposed to the sky. Don't get me wrong. Makes the sky light up like a planetarium at night. All those spectra. So soothing.
That does sound pretty, at least. I need more of those worthless caps to test out the CIU barter functions upstairs, if you don't mind.
I'd have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
Oh wow, there's just 50 under the monitors, okay. I think that's actually it. Thank you, Dr. O. I mean, Dr. Zero.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Okay. I like him the most so far, but let's talk to those other ones, and we're over encumbered again. So, why don't I drop, I don't know, some of the coffee mugs? Like, there's a bunch of them, and I can come back here. Maybe I should just drop the whole stack. Like, is that okay to do? That is 246 coffee mugs. Not too shabby, huh? Hi, Dr. 8. Yeah, you're not really going to be able to talk to me much, are you? Can you speak and do you understand me? Your voice module got damaged, I heard, in an attack. That's too bad. Or good. Or something. I'm pretty sure you can understand me and I want some answers. Your damaged voice module. Is there anything you can tell me about the attack that caused it? I'm not sure what you meant. Right. Who are you? There was an 8 in there, so got it. It's good to meet you too. Double circle dash whoever. You don't say. Do you know anything about Dr. Mobius? They all do this little scared emotion thing when I mention it. Okay, calm down. I'm not trying to scare you. And what about these technologies that Klein wants? Right. You sound agitated, or you're percolating, or something. Wait, after listening to you a bit, that's Robco Termlink protocol you're broadcasting, right? I did notice that it looks like some of the lines in the terminals, but that's just kind of like random stuff. But hopefully we can actually fix him. See? I'm just full of surprises. Nice pun on the header file reference. I agree. If someone would just take the time, you're more than just sound effects in a tank. If that's a Robco terminal protocol, doesn't that mean it can be hacked? This is what I was hoping for. I was hoping we'd just be able to get through enough dialogue to be able to fix him. It'll only take me a second to violate your rights and then make your voice mine. Yikes. If that's terminal link code, don't worry, I'm not going to take advantage of your exposed code. Oh, let's be nice to him. I wanted to repair him. I think he really likes me. No problem. I know what it's like to be experimented on. Okay, so about when I first arrived, I don't really want to think about the stuff you might have done to this sonic emitter. Right. Well, there had to be some other way to fix it. Can we at least talk it over next time? Now that we know each other better, can you tell me about the sonic emitter? Right. There was like an eagle screech in there. Okay. Well, yeah, I understood that part already. Mm-hmm. He keeps repeating this thing. It is again. It's like in bold, too. Okay, so... Dr. 8? Have I upset you? It's good to see you, too! I wanted to ask you some questions. Never mind. Wait, Dr. 8. Hey. Yeah, I know. It's good to see you too. Do you have any new discoveries today? Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Wow, I like you so much. You're so sweet. Okay, there was one more option to try. Trust me and I'll get the technologies, okay? Oh, okay. So I feel sympathetic towards this one. I kind of like O because he's funny and like a little bit of a loser, so I like him a lot. And I like 8 because I feel sorry for him. I really don't actually like Dalla at all. Like, I don't even really find her funny. She just creeps me out. But Klein is funny. So let's talk to Boros. I actually thought Boros and Klein were the same person.
Has it come for hellos? You'll get no such satisfaction from me.
You can't blame me. They kind of sound the same. It's just that Klein's is in caps lock, so I kind of got it twisted. But hi, Boros.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps?
Probably.
Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
Okay, I like this one too. Do you always have to be this dramatic?
Drama? There is no drama in science. As I learned in high school, science is an intellectual pursuit devoid of bestial emotions.
Bless your heart.
Unless, of course, you are a communist. Like Betsy Bright, who sat next to me in math, and her smoking Confederate Richie Marcus. As I learned in my high school, American High, AHS, drama is for movies. Things of fiction.
Right.
Here in the think tank, the only star is science.
Right, of course. So, who are you and what do you do here?
Before you is the brain of Dr. Boros, head of animology, beastology, and DNA scrambling technology here at Big Mountain. I lay the bones and hearts of animals bare beneath my searing gaze, especially the dogs. I did so love dogs once. Especially Gabe, that rascal. But there are many animals to shape. Industrious cazadors, the happy-go-lucky night stalkers. They are my living, breathing DNA test tubes.
Wait. No. No! Are you responsible for the Cazadors?
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile. They are contained here at Big Mountain to preserve DNA and for observation.
Great, because that's what I really want to experience right now is souped up crazy science fiction Cazadors. Thanks, Dr. Boros. What makes you think that they haven't escaped?
Because Big Mountain safety measures are far more sophisticated than their primitive animal instincts.
No.
We are their lords and masters.
Wrong, because they're all over the Mojave Desert.
No, such creatures are found only here, for research purposes. They would no more be capable of escape than breeding.
Right. I don't think they're sterile because they breed, all right?
I cannot expect a lobotomite to understand the careful surgical castrating procedures used in their creation. Perhaps a demonstration of my castrating power would settle your doubts.
I do not think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, that's too bad. Perhaps we can perform a sterility castration some other time then.
Okay. You don't really seem to have a grasp on your own research.
Nonsense! That is what you speak. Nonsense from beyond. I was at the top of my high school class in American high school. I knew facts. I knew figures. I knew data. We would know if our research was flawed. It is not. We never contradict ourselves, so do not even try.
Right. Okay. So, right. When did you create the Kazdors? We're gonna get to the Night Stalkers in a minute, but the Kazdors?
In 2000, let's see, carry the 3, then count backwards with the Great Static, or beyond. There were the Tarantula debates, and something about hawks, which made it around 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. Why are we even debating this?
Oh my god.
What you ask is of no importance. Mobius besieges us. There are more important things to worry about than data and facts.
They do that little freak out anytime the name Mobius is spoken. It's like, he who must not be named or something up in here. It's ridiculous. Let's continue talking about DNA scrambling. Hang on. I want to ask you about the Night Stalkers. You know, those crazy coyote snake things? Whenever I first saw them, I was like, some mad scientist made this thing. And then boom, Dr. Boros. Apparently I was right.
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile. They are contained here at Big Mountain to preserve DNA and for observation.
Right. So, Right, I'm not gonna offer that, no. I have more questions.
Submit your questions. I shall respond with deadly answers.
Deadly answers, okay. Can you please tell me more about Mobius in the Forbidden Zone? Also, do that weird little cute, like, little scared thing that you guys do. Do it.
The malignant tumor that is Mobius plagues us all. His hunger for power, insatiable. From his lair in the Forbidden Zone, his terrifying robo-scorpion army clicks and whirs across the crater of Big Mountain, ever seeking, ever stinging. He must be stopped, or all of Big Mountain shall be destroyed.
I mean, I might be on his side then if it means you're gonna stop lobotomizing people. Can you please tell me about the radar fence around the crater?
The radar fence protects us all. If evidence is correct, the one who built it is me. It
Really?
keeps anything with a disembodied brain inside, like us, and anything without a brain also inside. It is the ultimate defense against communist aggression. There'll be no infectious ideas on my watch.
Okay, well, the fence doesn't really make any sense to me.
It makes perfect sense. Who are you to question the mighty radar fence? Ever since my anxiety-filled days of powerlessness and being bullied in American high school, I have dreamed of such security as the fence. That and giant cybernetic dogs that would ruthlessly patrol and kill anyone who wasn't my friend, like Richie Marcus and Betsy Bright. Who's laughing now, Betsy? I hope you and Richie are happy smoking in your radioactive coffins. I'm glad you never came to my birthday party.
Oh my gosh, dude, you need to let it go. You need to let it go so you can never leave this place, huh?
No! Beyond is death, despite mounting evidence to the contrary. No matter where these strange humans wander in from with their ideas and new brains, there is nothing beyond Big Mountain.
There's plenty beyond Big Mountain. evidence to the contrary.
Enough! Stop filling my precious brain cell units with irrelevant data. You sound like the other visitors, making wild claims of a world beyond, where there is a war beyond war. It is unproven and unthinkable. Bother the other doctors with your crackpot theories. I have no time. None of us do.
Okay. Why does Klein want these particular technologies, Dr. Boros?
There is logic and purpose in it. If these technologies are needed to pierce the Forbidden Zone, so be it. Science is powerful, and in the right hands, our hands, if we had hands, we would be nigh unstoppable.
Right. Okay, so can you tell me about the big the big mountain?
It is our home, threatened by the horrors of Mobius. All we wish to do is continue our research, layer upon layer, above and beneath the floor of the crater, until we have our answers. But no, Mobius will not let us rest, scaring us with his scary robots with their laser tails and blowing up all the time.
Got it. So, I saw an expanse from the balcony. You've made a mess of this landscape.
It was not our first choice of testing grounds, but we no longer have the luxuries of our test cities. Then we lost the mountain. After the explosion, we couldn't find it anymore. So the crater became our testing grounds for science.
You just lost the whole mountain, huh? What was that explosion?
Boom! Yes, quite unexpected and embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. Much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside, because it is bowl-shaped.
Right, I'm sure it being bowl-shaped is a big help. Can you tell me about the test cities, please?
Yes. In the past, individuals would come to us, pay for technology, and if their town, community, or city was just right, we could use that city as a controlled experiment. Vault-Tech was much better at it, of course. We had to make do. Get permission. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
If only we could have used commie cities. But capturing whole cities was hard. So we captured enough commies to make cities of our own.
Practical.
So we had a group of Chinese prisoners to experiment on. Those were the days. But the true test was science on unsuspecting Americans.
Right.
Whether it was holograms, new autodocs, toxins, vending machines, we wound them up, let them go into tiny, isolated towns. Then we observed.
Now, hold on. That's pretty much everything we saw in the Sierra Madre, wasn't it?
Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
For any of us. Okay, I'm going to pick up that doctor's bag I dropped and my beloved coffee mugs. And I'm gonna head back towards where I guess I'm living for the moment. In Mobius's old place. Please don't tell me I lost it. Okay, there it is. I was about to freak out if I lost all 246 of my coffee mugs. So I'm gonna sit this down. We're gonna go back to the sink. I need to plug in the brain for this, but we're gonna do that next time. Yeah, I'm gonna put these coffee mugs somewhere and plug this thing in next time. So I hope you'll come join me for that. See you next time in Crazy Brain Land. Bye.